It might not have lasted because Bob Dylan didn't even consider himself a member of the folk community. I never saw myself as a folk singer, he said. They called me that if they wanted to. I didn't care. I latched on when I got to New York City because I saw what a huge audience there was. I knew I wasn't going to stay there. I knew it wasn't my thing. I became interested in folk music because I had to make it somehow. Dylan became so infatuated with the publicity and performing, he left Joan in the dust. Hence, Diamonds and Rust. She remembers later on, I was just part of the pack. It was not an easy place to be, and that magnet element of him, people just wanted to be part of it. And I was an ass enough to feel the same way. Looking back on it now, Joan Baez realizes that she wanted him to be more than he was willing to be. She wanted him to be a political spokesperson and influence people to make change. He can't really portray the spirit of the 60s because he never had it. In his memoir, Chronicles, he stressed that he had no interest in being an anti-establishment paid piper and that the cultural mumbo-jumbo imprisoned his soul and made him nauseated. She knows now that Dylan was involved in all of the movements. He wrote the music that Baez then took and made famous during her many battles. This is why Dylan is recognized today and not her. She really recognizes the value of a great song, and she has consistently throughout her whole career. She picked great songs and she sang the spots off them. But sadly, Bob Dylan's name is tied to the majority of those titles, not Joan's. And what makes it even more ironic is he doesn't even consider himself a folk singer. Yet, his most popular tracks are those classified in the genre of folk. She has been eligible to be induced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since 1985 and has yet to be recognized. Other singers of the time, including Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, and Pete Seeger, have been induced. The Not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame organization believes that the Hall might feel as though they already have too much folk representation. The Hall might feel like this is an adequate reason to not recognize a musician for their work, but I could not disagree more. That's like only giving credit to one of the Wright brothers, you know? They both helped make the plane, but let's only recognize one of them. It makes no sense.